There has been a lot of questions being asked if the UK government still need immigrants to fill up the lack of workforce in certain sectors. And the sincere truth is that, amidst all of these policies, one of the major things said by the chairperson of the Independent Care Group is the fact that even until as at 2030, the UK government will still need over 400,000 care workers to be able to match with the increasing number of people who are going to be around the age of 65 as at that time. So it shows that the UK government still need immigrants to come into the UK to work and help them with the economy. And however, many of the information or many of the policies being passed across is actually contrary to what is expected or what the UK government actually need. And people in the UK, citizens in the UK have a different perception about immigrants coming into the UK. Now, despite this perception that these people have about immigrants, many of them are not aware of the fact that some of us came into this country and paid an extreme amount of money. Many of them feel, oh, we're just benefiting from the taxpayers' money. But the truth is, we're actually a major contributors of that taxpayer money you're talking about, really. So many of us spend over £20,000, £25,000 to study. And while we're studying, while working, we're still paying tax on the little jobs we are doing while studying. So yeah, we're actually a major contributor to that taxpayer money they constantly make reference to that we're enjoying without giving back to the economy. Now, despite their thought around the migrants taking over their jobs, feeling that they're taking over their country, the truth still remains that the UK government still need immigrants. There are lots of job opportunities. There are lots of sectors here in the UK that are still in their need of professionals. And when I say professionals, I mean those who have value to bring to the organizations, those who have technical skills that will be relevant to so many organizations. And it is by the fact that there are a lot of information about immigrants coming in their large numbers. The truth still remains that despite the increasing population of immigrants, there are still loads of job opportunity. I still get calls from recruiters on a weekly basis to get loads of emails being sent. Oh, would like you to come interview for this particular role, and all of those stuff. So yeah, it tells you that the opportunity in the UK are still limitless despite the increasing number of people. Now, the major concern most people have been facing is majorly around the health and care visa. People not being able to bring in their dependents, or their dependent not being able to switch to their visa, from March 11th, 2024. Now, it's a major concern, but the truth still remains. In my opinion, I think the UK government might need to revisit that policy very soon, because despite the fact that they feel that, oh, there's been a lot of abuse on the health and care visa, the truth still remains that there are still a lot of care workers needed to match the increasing demand of workers in that particular sector. Now, there was a particular interview that was done with the chairperson for the Independent Care Group, and he made emphasis on the fact that despite the fact that there are lots of fake visas, people coming to the UK on the care visa and not even getting a job, not because there's no job, but because the recruiter or the employer that brought them in actually don't have enough job for the massive number of people they bring in. But the truth still remains that there are still loads of care jobs out here in the UK. I mean, loads of them. So just making sure that you find the right employer or the right recruiter who definitely has a job to offer as soon as you move into the United Kingdom. So now let's listen to the interview had with that was actually done with the chairperson of the Independent Care Group, and let's say their thoughts around the need for care workers in the United Kingdom.
Workers are believed to be abusing the UK visa rules by working in fake care homes. The outgoing Chief Inspector of Borders and Immigration, David Neal, said the Home Office had issued 275 visas to a residential home that did not exist and thousands more to other dodgy workplaces. Joining me to discuss this, Mike Padgham, Chair of the Independent Care Group. Mike, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Ian.
For years, I've heard kind of rumblings around this sector. I'm sure this is not fully new news to you either. What do you assess is actually happening here?
Well, one can't believe the figures that have just been released in terms of all those issues of visas to a company that didn't exist and another company that only had a few employees. It beggars belief, because one only has to check with the Care Quality Commission to see if these are actually bona fide employers in the care system. So I wonder how the Home Office has not put that basic plan into place before this happened, because you can't condone the abuse of the system. It's not right. It shouldn't happen.
Yeah, and you'd have thought, I mean, it may come as no surprise, I've never worked at the Home Office as a civil servant, but I would imagine if that is your sole responsibility, you know, you had one job under that category, then at some point in the process of issuing a visa, somebody might say, well, let's just check out the place that these people are purporting to be working at. Nobody did that?
It would appear not. And now they have been told to check with the Care Quality Commission, but you would have thought that was in place from day one, because it's basic knowledge. It's another, although slightly removed from government, it's another official body that one can check, because to give and provide social care in this country, you have to be regulated by the Care Quality Commission.
Yep.
No bones about it.
I mean, one version of this story I heard, and I've heard constantly, is that there are some sort of, I don't know, iffy agencies, and put me right, I'm sure you know the rights from the wrongs of this, Mike. Some agencies say, get people over to the UK with the promise of, you know, there is work in the care sector, get paid a fee for supposedly ticking the box for the Home Office. Oh, look, we've got some more care workers for you. And then renege on that and say, no, those jobs don't exist anymore, but don't worry, there's some Uber driver jobs going down the road. That kind of thing. Are you familiar with that, Mike?
Well, I'm aware that has happened in many places. What I'm worried about, it then makes all providers in social care sort of be demonized because of what's happened in the past. We need those social care staff. And I'm worried about what the government might do is making it even more difficult for us to recruit, because of course we want to recruit people from overseas, but we dearly love people in this country to work in social care. But sadly, we can't attract them. And that's another huge issue we could debate all day, perhaps. But we've got to do something about attracting people in this country. And the government, not just this government, but all governments have ignored, of all political parties, have ignored the social care crisis, which is why we're having to recruit from overseas. Yeah,
I was about to make that very point, actually, that there's no way around this. Forget what people's wider views are on immigration and the policies that the Home Office and various other bodies enact. The raw reality is we don't have enough people working in that sector. No. There's not enough people domestically, and recruiting from abroad has become an inevitability, Mike.
Yes, I think the sad fact today is, and this applies both to the NHS and to social care, if you want to be cared for later, particularly in older age, then we don't have enough staff in this country. And I'll give you another figure. By 2035, it's estimated that we'll need a further 450,000 staff in social care to cope with the increasing population of those aged 65 and over. So that's quite stark.
How many did you say there, Mike? Sorry, what was that figure?
440,000 people needed by 2035.
That is an extraordinary number, as you say. That's the direction of travel. That's a fact, right?
Yes, and it's to be welcome that we're all living longer, of course, but those aged 65 and over are going to be a tremendous workload for the future of this country. And I think what the government tends to miss is there's an economic aspect to this too, because if people have got to give up their jobs to look after their elderly parents or relatives, then that brings people out of the economy and the workforce. So the government doesn't have an answer to us. That's the problem. There isn't a plan B.
Yeah, there is no plan B. Listen, Mike.
So the question about whether the UK government still needs immigrants, it has a very definite answer. And the answer is yes. There are still lots of things that the UK government can do with their local workforce that definitely require them to still bring in foreigners into the United Kingdom. And that's where you and I, who are professionals, who have got the technical skills, are definitely going to find relevance in the UK job market. So if you have any questions or any thoughts around living in the UK in 2024 and going forward, please state in the comment section. I'll make sure I respond to everyone as much as I can. And if you find this video informative or insightful, do well to click on the like button. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, do well to hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.